So we learn about select statement script from a few tables. You can turn this into a temp table. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields, 6 columns. So to put this into a temp table, you basically use the syntax create table and use the hashtag and put the your temp table name. I'm using temporary table for an example, and I have 6 columns with data type VARCHAR, CHAR, and then this is the character. Like I have VARCHAR for first name. The maximum is 50 characters. Like this one character is exactly one character right here.
Yep.
Okay, and
And it
then
has to always starts with that object ID, correct? When we are declaring the temp table.
yes, the reason is this is to flush out, to clean up, because there are 3 different temp tables. We call local, global, and the table variable. Table variable, the one that using @ we talk about I think on the second day, right? And then the local temp table only use 1 hashtag. The global using 2 hashtag. The local only work for this session, but the global work for more than 1 session. So to have the if statement, if the object temp table is not null, that means that table exists in this session. We want to drop this temp table. That's why that's the purpose here. Okay, so first I create a temp table. I declare the column's name. I declare the temp table name as well, and I do a select statement. I want to put it on this temp table, and then I do insert into before the select statement, and I declare again the same temp table name, including all the columns name. So if I don't have this set, then SQL will run this script and then insert to this temp table. First, SQL will, when you run this query script, SQL will read from the top line, right here, and then I will explain about this later on. So let me comment this out. So SQL will start reading, hey, look, this object, do we have this temp table? No, we don't have it. Then we don't have to drop, and then go to the next line. Okay, create table, temp table with this name, these columns, and then insert into this temp table from where? From this statement. So if I execute this script, so I don't see nothing right here, right? I don't see any output because SQL only grab this select script and just insert it to a table. Now, how do we display the output? So every time when you insert a data set from your select statement into a temp table, make sure you have your final set select star from this temporary table. Select star is not a best practice in SQL Word, Vijaya, but because you already declare what columns you want to have on your temp tables,
Mm-hmm.
and you specify what columns from your tables on your select statement, it's okay to do select star. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want to see a table, for example, you want to analyze a data from a huge table, don't use select star. You can do select star, but you maybe add like top 10.
Right.
So SQL will not pull everything for you, because that's the overhead for SQL server, the memory. So
Right.
in this example, it's okay. So let me execute this script. Then you see, I start seeing the output right here.
Yeah.
Correct. So select start from my temp table right here. So if I go back and rerun it, it will run. But if you don't have a drop table and if object right here,
Mm-hmm.
when I execute this, cannot, because there is already an object name which is the temporary table in the database. The temporary table will be stored in our system databases in temp table right here.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so that's why we need to have this drop table statement. So let's say you don't want to use if object statement on the top.
Mm-hmm.
If you have this drop table, you can just highlight it and click execute. It flashes out that temp table. Next time if you go back and rerun it,
Mm-hmm.
SQL will be able to run it, because that table is out from the temporary system databases.
Mm-hmm.
You see this? Drop.
Okay. Instead of using the first statement, we can just use this one to drop the table.
Uh, Technically,
We
the
should
first
not.
object, this what we need to use.
Okay.
So I just add this drop table because I like to, when I rerun, like report user store procedures.
Mm-hmm.
In the store procedures, a lot of temp table. So I like to use if statement on the top to
Mm-hmm.
clean out all the temp tables that being used, and also at the end when SQL complete the execution, I want SQL to clean all temp table. You know, it's cleaner. You have the top clean function to remove all the temp table before you actually run the statement. And then at the end, when SQL finish execution, SQL will come back and clean the temporary tables out.
Okay.
Okay, so
So this is the recommended method to use.
yes, because this
Okay.
it doesn't cost overhead,
Yeah.
so it doesn't increase the overhead.
Mm-hmm.
So any
Okay.
question for temp table?
Not so far.